I want to talk to you about 8 things that you need to do every single day in your marriage.
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. Harder, won't you give it up? What you embody.
Hello, beautiful lady. Yes, I am talking to you. It is Thursday, and you know what goes down here on my YouTube channel on Thursday. Wife Life with Dr. Gail goes down here on Thursday. So do me a favor. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you'll know when I go live. And so tonight, I want to talk to you about 8 things that you need to do every single day in your marriage. 8 things that you need to do daily in your marriage to keep it healthy, strong, and keep the love alive in your marriage, right? And as you guys know, for the last, 17 years, I have been on a mission to make sure that marriages are healthy and strong. And I have figured out after being married 33 years to the same man that these are the things that we need to be doing daily, not monthly, but daily, to make sure that our marriages are healthy and strong. So let's get started. Number 1, you need to infuse some type of affection every single day to your spouse. I don't care if this is a man or a woman looking at this. I need for you to make sure that you have some type of affection going on in your marriage. Hand holding, rubbing at each other, kissing each other, laying on one another, whatever that looks like for you guys. Make sure that you have a healthy dose of affection every single day. That is one of the biggest things that you can infuse into your marriage. Has nothing to do with sex. It's just all about that physical touch. Number 2, encouragement. Especially in the day and time that we're living in, everybody needs some encouragement. Everybody needs to know that you're doing a good job. Whether it's the smallest thing, thank you so much for taking out the trash. Thank you so much for helping me with the clothes today. Thank you so much for helping me with the children. Thank you so much for going to work every single day. Thank you for keeping the lights on. Whatever that looks like, make sure that you encourage one another, that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you, right? Because so many families have had such a rough go of it since COVID-19 has hit. And we need some encouragement. And your spouse should be the one that you pour the most encouragement in at all times. Let them know that they can do, be, and achieve anything as long as you guys are one unit moving in one direction. Number 3 is praise, right? And that goes along with encouragement, but praise is something that just boosts someone, especially when they're down. Right? And we all get in a moment where we're down, and praise them for the little things, not always the big things, because sometimes when you're in a marriage, you begin to take each other for granted, and the small things are the things that mean the most, especially when you're struggling, especially when you think that you're not contributing, especially when you think that this is not working out in the way that I wanted to work out, especially if you're struggling internally with your own personal life. When you get that moment of praise, that somebody is seeing that you're doing something and you're doing it good and you're doing it well, praise your spouse. Outside people shouldn't be praising your spouse more than you're praising the person that you lay down in the bed with. So make sure that you're praising one another on a daily basis for something small. It doesn't always have to be big. Number 4, consensual quality sex. I didn't say quantity, I said quality sex. And this is something that most people take for granted. And when I say consensual, just because you're married don't mean that you always got to open your legs or you always got to supply, right? And I'm talking to women and men. But you do need to make sure that you are engaging in quality sex. And what do I mean by quality sex? Your cell phones are not on, the TV's not on, and it's something in a time that you guys set, that you come together and you make sure that you please one another. Not just all the time he's orgasming and she's not, and she's orgasming and he's not, but make sure that it's a 50-50 split and it's something that is pleasing to both of you guys and it's quality time spent together in the bedroom. Number 5, time with your friends. And I know that's been a little bit harder being that, COVID is going on, but he needs time with his boys and she needs time with her girls. And for me, I created Evening Tea with Gail because I don't get a chance to hang out with my girls like I used to. So we get on, Facebook and we kiki it up. They have their beverage of choice. I have my tea, and we just have a really good time just hanging out and sharing what we want to share and, congratulating each other on our accomplishments and those kind of things. Guys need that as well, ladies, and women need that as well. So allow yourself quality time with your fellas. Even if you're zooming in and you're watching the March Madness that's about to start, whatever that looks like, make sure that you get quality time with your friends, because you need to have friends outside of your marriage. It's healthy. Number 6, to be heard. To be heard. Being heard inside of your marriage on a daily basis can ward away so many problems. It can ward away infidelity. It can ward away so many different things that can go on in your marriage. So make sure that you listen and that you're able to speak to one another freely, not hitting below the belt, but being able to be animated. If you want to cry, whatever that looks like, just make sure that you listen to what your spouse has to say about anything, because some days we just want to rant and rave about, how we're feeling or how we think we've gained weight or whatever that looks like, just to be heard inside of your marriage. Because so many spouses are not being heard inside of their marriages. That's the reason why they lend their ear to other people. So make sure that your spouse and you create a safe place to be heard. Number 7, you need to infuse God inside of your marriage daily, because He is the standard that we all should be striving through and to please one another. If we quit looking at our spouses to meet our needs and we start looking at God to meet our needs, that will shift the whole entire dynamic of your marriage. So I say create a prayer time where you pray for one another daily, right? Prayerfully, you can do it together, but some spouses' schedules are kind of off. So you do it separate, but you should be praying for your wife daily and you should be praying for your husband daily, and make sure that you try to have some time where you pray for one another together. And number 8, effective communication. I can't say this enough. And what is effective communication? It's listening to understand and not listening to respond. So many of us don't communicate effectively, right? Because we're listening to be able to respond, to have something back to say back to our spouses. But effective communication is listening to understand and not to respond, and to try to meet that other person's need. It's listening to understand and trying to listen to be able to meet that other person's needs, wants, or desires. And if you can infuse these 8 things every single day into your marriage, I'm telling you, you will see a 360 happening within your marriage. I love you to pieces. I am here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you join me every single Thursday. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing night.
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. Harder, won't you give it up? What you want by